On the last video, this comment right here asked me for a feature that did not exist. Well, it's now built. It's in there. You asked, I built it. Let me show you in this video exactly where it is, as well as showing the healer optimizer. What is going on, my newbie nubettes, and welcome back to the Newbie Network. This is a preview 2 of 3, the healer side of the optimizer. The tank is the last one. Quick disclosure, same as last time, this is a local preview. The optimizer officially opens after the tank video drops. When it goes live, it's going to be a part of the new Legendary Nude membership, $9.99. The Toon Forge you're using right now to build your characters is 100% free and will forever stay 100% free. So back to this comment. On the DPS preview, Dark Lord went in depth on how the optimizer weighs things in his gear. And as for one specific feature, let me manually set a slot and have the optimizer work around it. But this works for any gear piece that you deem mandatory or any piece of gear that you just don't want to give up. Either way, the optimizer works around your call. Now, his example was a cleric piece, but I built this for every class. And since I main a warlock, and this is the healer's build preview, I'm going to show you it on my Soulweaver. Now, the first place that you can lock a piece of gear in the manual builder will be right into your gear's location. So I'm going to pick armor because what I'm showcasing today will be an armor piece, and I'm going to be going for the menacing aura equip bonus. It'll be this guy right here. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to hit the lock. You hit the lock, you get the little toaster that says it's locked. Now, for those of you that will have the optimizer, when you click the optimizer, oh, I gotta actually build out first. Healer, Warlock, and Soulweaver. Once I hit the optimizer, that piece will actually already be locked in here. It's already locked it in the manual builder. But let's say you don't want to go through those extra steps. I click here, I say none, I go back to my optimizer, it's gone, must have gear, it functions exactly the same way. I hit armor, and then I search menacing aura again, if I spell it right, and then it's locked in there. So those are the two ways that you can lock that piece of gear. So again, you asked for it, I built it, so keep the comments coming. That is honestly the best way that this tool, that this website, that this optimizer is going to get better. Okay, with that out of the way, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this video. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clear everything, and I'm just gonna refresh the page real quick, and we're gonna set this up so we can get the optimizer going for the healer. So, like mentioned in the DPS video, you only need at least 3 pieces to get the optimizer started. If you didn't see that, go check it out. But we're going to pick healer, we're going to pick warlock, and we're going to pick our paragon Soulweaver. Those are the only 3 pieces that you need to get the optimizer off the ground. You can pick other stuff. You can pick your race if you want to, your ability points, powers, gear, and stuff if you want to. Just know that the optimizer might and probably will override it. But once those 3 pieces are selected, you'll hit optimize. I'm going to leave all of this basic here. It's going to choose my ability points. It's going to choose my powers. Now for powers, this is just a recommendation for the powers. Do not think it's godly. Do not think this is what you must run. It does do a pretty good job on selecting powers, but again, it's just a suggestion. The race is going to pick, and for the meta build order, this is something I'm testing, so this won't be live for you all when you guys get it. For the account, for my bolster, I have the max bolsters, the 120 and the 125. If you don't, you would leave it here on enter mine and you put what you have, but I have max bolster. For the campaign boons, my character currently has 121 boons, so I'll leave that. We're going to say the party runs pack tactics. And for the healer support meta, you read this right here, it's going to make sure that its companion enhancement, its mount powers are buffing allies and not doing self-heals. And this was a toggle that I deemed necessary because without it, the healer the optimizer wants to just pick things that increases its own stats, like reinvigorate in the companion enhancement versus going with like dual senses or something. So that toggle is there for that. And then for the companions, we're gonna say the party has these three, plus we'll add Scorpion in there. And then our locked piece, we'll add that in there. Again, if I spell it right. Now, just below the must-have gear, after we've slotted or locked in our armor piece, we do have this section for the gold chooser, where you can see here it says healing output or damage. Now, this is actually a feature for the paladins, which right now is showing everywhere. So when this goes live to you all, you most likely won't see this, because if you're doing this on the warlock, you have a healing side, you have a DPS side, and pretty much every other class. The paladins are only ones that have the double support, tank, and healing. So this feature is actually for them, where they can choose to build out for healing, and if you want to be on tank, you build out for survivability, and then you have that third option for doing damage for your campaigning. So this section won't be here for you all when you go live, unless you're building for a pally. When the optimizer starts running, you'll see it'll be building out for power, outgoing healing, crit strike, crit sev, and forte. And if you watch the DPS video, it built out for power, combat advantage, crit strike, crit sev, and accuracy. So these stats down here do change according to what you're building out. For our tanks, it builds out for defense, awareness, crit avoidance, deflect severity, and maximum hit points. So when we do the tank video, you'll see that change down there at the bottom. So I'm gonna hit healing output. I'm gonna let this cook, and I'm gonna time lapse it. And when we come back, we'll see what it built out, the stats that it finished up with, and we're gonna make sure that our locked gear stays locked. Now, if I hit let's good, it locks in this build, and we can go back to our roles. Obviously, we're still a healer, a warlock. Soulweaver Asimar race now. We're at 138,000 item level is what that puts us at. It made all this selection for our ability points, which, again, playing this game for as long as I've been playing, this is a weird setup. Usually you see all in one and all in another one, but hey, this could be it. We hit next. Here's all our gear pieces that we made. Here's the cloth, and as you see, it's also still saying it's locked. We will need to put in our reinforcement kits, which we can put in anything. And since we hit all our offensive stats, we can just put defense in there. We will put awareness in here. Put awareness there. For artifact weapons, you can have these mods. I'm not going to touch it right now for this part of the video, but you can definitely put them on there. I'm just going to put defense, give our healers some more survivability. All our enchantments are in. Circle, Space Warrior, power. Go to next. Our companion bolsters are obviously put in there because we set it. 120, 125. Celestial companions. Celestial mounts, which it will show as well. Armor break, which I said you can change this for anything like vulnerability. Won't make a break, all the numbers will stay the same. Festive Tiger, all that good stuff. Celestial, Winter's Wrath, coming from the Snow Tusk, debuffing the enemy. Mystic Aura, which again, you have here, you can change that for anything. You can put Runic in there if you wanted to. It built out all our mounts. I'm not gonna go through each and one of those. Here's your boons. It only slot at 93, but you could definitely put more. It just deemed only these 93 were useful for the healing build. For our guilds, we have offense power, defense hit points, and they said movement speed, but if you wanted to, you could also put this for like revive sickness, not a big deal. Here is our buffs foods, and then the companions that we slotted in the optimizer, those are already slotted: the tutor, the flapjack, the portobello, and the black death scorpion. Obviously the pack tactics is on, and for the other mount equip power, which would be from the tank, you can slot those in there, right? So we had runic, I think we put on there, and for, let's say, the tank is running pack tactics, you can put that on there. Your awareness goes up, the combat advantage goes up a little bit more. And then this will give you your heal chance. We've seen this before. And I believe our crit strike, which once we say we are completely buffed in combat, is just 1% down. So these stats is what the optimizer did build out for. This is what you can expect. And again, like I said, that is with our piece being locked in. So with the optimizer right now in the state that it's in, DPS is done, the healing side is done, we have the tank side left to do. You can get this optimizer again through the legendary new membership, which will be $9.99 a month, $9.99. That gets you the optimizer, the Forgemaster's verdict, which you can use 30 times a month. And again, like I said, the optimizer still is in beta. It will still be in beta when you guys get it. The comments, the reports that you all make is what is going to push this along a lot faster, get the features that you guys are looking for. This is, again, like I said, exactly what you get today if it were to release today. Also, there's a legendary new Discord, which you guys might want to check out as well. It is required for membership tracking. It's a YouTube thing, not a me thing, nothing that I had to do with it. YouTube puts that in place, so that is there. But there's also a whole section on Discord that is for the legendary noobs. This is where you can post your builds for build reviews. This is where you can communicate with other members. It's also one of the most direct locations that you guys can get in contact with me. I do read all my YouTube comments, but Discord is just more of a personal one-on-one thing. And so when you message me there, you kind of get a more quicker response. The optimizer is just an add-on to the compendium. The manual builder is going to be free. It will stay free. It will never cost you all anything. So if you don't want the optimizer, you don't think it's needed, you can still use the manual builder just for theory crafting on your own. And like always, if you guys are building out your characters and there's something missing, a piece of gear that's missing or an item that's missing, you have the add missing item section. And if there's a piece of gear that you see here that's wrong, named wrong, item level, stats, buffs, whatever, who it goes to is wrong, you have the pencil here that allows you to make the edits. Those edits go to you and only you, and once you make those edits, those reports come to me to verify and then make the fix site-wide. And that's the same for the missing item. If you add a piece of gear or an item that's not in the game, when you add it, it'll give you all these fields to fill it in. This is one of the most important pieces for me when it comes to verifying the piece and adding it, so I can locate it in the game, and then it'll speed up the process. But once you add it here, it's going to add to your build and only for you, and then a report will come to me as a missing item, verified, added site-wide. So with all that being done, the optimizer being done, and the new feature being added, let me know in the comments what you guys think of the healing side, and if there's a feature you want. As you can see, I do read the comments. The last person that asked for a feature, which was a pretty good one in my personal opinion, it did get added to the site. So until next time, I'm Noob Hard, and I'll catch you in the next one. If you missed the last episode in this series, you can catch up right here in the top left. Check out the playlist in the bottom left for all the videos in this series. My latest adventures in the top right, and YouTube has handpicked a video for you in the bottom right. I'm curious to know what it is, so check it out and let me know if they chose wisely. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you for tuning into the Nuba Network. I'm Nuba Hard, and I'll see you in the next one.